This is a record, not a warning, not a prediction. A record, filed from the year 2050, declassified for public access, describing what human biology looked like after we learned to rewrite it. For most of human history, the genome was fixed at conception. Whatever errors were written into the sequence, the misfolded proteins, the dysfunctional switches, the inherited liabilities, those errors were considered permanent. Medicine's job was to manage the consequences. It was never designed to address the source. By 2031, that assumption was formally obsolete.
The first population-scale genomic edit was not a cure. It was a correction, applied to a single nucleotide position on chromosome 11 in a cohort of 4,200 patients carrying the sickle cell variant. The edit held, every one of them. The follow-up cohort was 40,000, then 400,000. By 2038, the sickle cell variant was classified as a resolved condition. Not managed, resolved. The archive does not use the word miracle. The archive uses the word iteration.
Single gene corrections were the proof of concept. What followed was significantly more complex. Polygenic traits, intelligence, disease susceptibility, longevity, metabolic efficiency are not written in one place. They are distributed across thousands of positions. Adjusting one without disturbing the others required a new class of tools, not scalpels, architectures. The Genomic Architecture Platforms, GAPs, were first deployed clinically in 2041. They did not edit one position. They coordinated simultaneous interventions across up to 2,800 sites, monitoring for cascade effects in real time, and halting automatically if any deviation exceeded tolerance thresholds. The tolerance thresholds were set by the patient's own baseline. The system was not optimizing toward an ideal. It was optimizing toward stability. The archive would be incomplete without this entry. The question of who authorizes a genomic edit and for whom was not resolved quickly. Edits made to somatic cells affected only the individual. Edits made to germline cells, eggs, sperm, embryos, propagated forward. Into children who could not consent. Into populations that did not vote. The International Genomic Consent Protocols were finalized in 2039 after 11 years of deliberation. They established 3 tiers: somatic edits, patient-authorized; germline edits, requiring both clinical review and an independent ethics board; and population-level interventions, requiring treaty-level approval across a minimum of 40 signatory nations. No system was perfect. The archive notes that 6 nations operated outside the protocol framework for various periods. The archive also notes that the protocol framework was the reason germline editing did not become ungoverned.
By 2050, approximately 1.4 billion people had undergone at least one approved somatic genomic intervention. Of those, 340 million had received polygenic architecture edits. The conditions that had dominated oncology, cardiology, and neurology for a century, the ones passed down through generations, copied faithfully from parent to child, decade to decade, were no longer being passed down.
Not because they were eliminated, because the sequence had been corrected before it could be inherited. The archivist's note. This file does not record the absence of disease as a victory. It records it as a baseline. The next generation will not know what was here before. That is not a loss. That is the point. This has been Archive Entry, the Genetic Sculptor, filed under Healthcare Architecture, Series 11, Year of Record, 2050. Subscribe to the archive. This is the Terra Dossier.